we see an attack, and it's Great Britain's rider who's going clear, and this is Flora Perkins, who's starting to kick the pace up.
The way she's just accelerated but sat down, she's still kept the cool. She's not given 100%. She's done that more as a tactical move just to split that peloton.
Flora Perkins really up in the tempo now. Zoe Backstead giving the riders in this group a little bit of grief right now, shouting at them and telling them to go through, because this is the split. And if you ride now, then you are in with a chance of a medal position. It's a very big group of riders now, 32 riders at the front. Anna van der Meijden has been doing a lot of the tempo making as well. Great Britain have settled back. Inside the final 40 kilometres, the sun's come out, it's 14 degrees, 8 kilometres an hour is the wind. It's dropped down now, so we're looking at a really lovely day here in Flanders. Big acceleration as they came out of that corner, and Great Britain have gone on the attack again. This is Zoe Backstead with a furious attack. Backstead has hit them very, very hard at the bottom of that climb. A massive acceleration by Backstead, but it comes back together again. And it's the Italians who brought it back with a bit of assistance from the USA. Another move here comes from Great Britain as they go clear with Flora Perkins.
4 major attacks, all from Great Britain, and from the same 2 riders from Great Britain. Zoe Backstead on the go once again.
Another big move, tracked by the rider from the USA who comes across to her. And now they're going to try and ride together and see whether they can go away. 2 laps of racing to go now, 31 kilometres. It's a long way out, but the Italians and the German team are trying to chase. So are the Netherlands, but the 2 strongest riders so far in this World Championship are coming up to be given 2 laps of racing to go. And a big attack now as Zoe Backstead decides that she's going to get rid of Kaya Schmidt. I said they were working together. She's decided she doesn't want to do that anymore. 22.5 kilometres to go, 34 seconds, and Zoe Backstead is trying to go it alone to win this title. Kaya Schmidt, though, is back with her, and is that a good move, or is that a mistake? And now this is Linda Riedman of Germany, who's decided she needs to get across, and I'm just wondering if that attack of Zoe Backstead was a lap too early. And she's now put themselves on the back foot, having been really in a perfect situation. And it was one of the British riders who pulled her foot out, Millie Cousins, and then everyone else hit the deck behind. Onto the Kaisersberg with the chasing group as the Netherlands set the tempo, but Flora Perkins again comes up alongside to close this down. Coming up alongside is the team car of Great Britain, and in that team car is Emma Trott, the team director.
That's actually a really good tactic, to come up and have a chat. She might not necessarily be telling her what to do or to attack, but just to have that support. Now they've got the time gap up to 1 minute 39 seconds in a junior race. This is almost unheard of.
Here we go though. Backstead has decided to attack again, and Schmidt is hanging in. Schmidt is still there on every single attack that Zoe Backstead makes. Kaya Schmidt is able to go with her.
What a move. That was a really strong effort, but I think she'll be just realising how strong Schmidt is.
Here goes Germany again, trying to rip this up with Linda Riedman, looking for the bronze medal, and this acceleration is going to bring this a bit closer. Kaya Schmidt getting ready to sprint. It's only 700 metres now to go to the finish line in this junior women's road race. It's Schmidt of the United States of America, Backstead of Great Britain as they go. It's very, very close to the line. Schmidt opens up the sprint. Backstead goes on the right-hand side. Backstead and Schmidt. The world champion is Zoe Backstead of Great Britain. Who is going to take this bronze medal at the finish? It's going to be maybe the Dutch, perhaps it's going to be Riedman. The German rider comes through to take it, and she deserves that. Linda Riedman of Germany takes the bronze medal. bit of a move going at the front. These riders do not want to be involved in what is going on behind. And Josh Tarling on the front, clearly motivated by his performance of the other day. On to the next climb. This is the San Antoniusberg. 230 meters, 11% its maximum gradient. Average is around about 5.4. And it's one of those real power climbs. Looks very strong as we make our way up to the line for the first time, crossing the line with 108.5 kilometers to go now. The first lap completed. They're making their way up the finish straight. Just at the front then, it's the Dutch team. Little bit of a skid there by Cadleck. I don't know what happened, but he looked like the front wheel just slid a little bit. Let's just take a little look here at the back. The rider at the back, yeah, almost lost it totally. Because that front group of riders seem to be very, very strong. You can see the size of the peloton. Starting with 173 riders today, is now significantly smaller. The Norwegian team are trying to get some people involved in doing the chasing, and a lot of discussions going on. This gap is diminishing. 33 seconds now. They did have a minute. They're losing a little bit of a momentum at the moment at the midway point of the race. This concerted effort by the Norwegian team is paying dividends. They are really emptying the tanks, trying to bring this race back together. France with now a big effort to try and close this gap. They have made a massive difference. 25 seconds. They've still got a lead intact, but it's starting to look a little bit even more fragile than it did before. And we've got the leading group of riders caught with 32 kilometers to go. They're all looking around, seeing whether they can sneak in. Milan Cadleck still has the legs, so he's in a strong position. Estonia with 2 riders in this front group. They've ridden well. Italy have 1 representative as they make their way up to complete another lap. And the race very, very much stretched. 2 laps to go. Balletta's continued with his move. He was in that original little group that went away just after the merge of the groups was happening. So this is Daniel Schrag and Dario Balletta of Italy. As Great Britain start to up the tempo just a little bit more here. Great Britain want to be in the ascendancy. They don't want to get involved in having to chase hard later. So they're trying to put a rider slightly up the road. In the gap is Simon Dolby of Denmark. Dolby makes it for Denmark. Another squad who will not chase now. They will turn away from the Grote Markt and get themselves set up for this race finish. Only 12.5 kilometers to go. The peloton is gambling. Norway realise they need to bring this back together. They've got Perstrand Hagenes. Hagenes is now in that group, which means that Norway will pull off the chase. Dolby flicks the elbow. Hagenes is trying to close the gap for Norway now. He brings back the rest of the group. Now the race comes back together. And now we see Hagenes going on the attack. This is a big acceleration from Hagenes, and Balletta has gone with him. Pickering was unable to respond, and Hagenes now is going for this gold medal. The Norwegian rider, whose team has done so much work today, has ejected everyone from the breakaway. And suddenly everyone else is caught. Here's the moment of the acceleration. Oh, there was a crash round that corner. And the Dolby hit the deck. That is why the breakaway came to a standstill. Dolby crashed. This is Perstrand Hagenes. His team have done so much for him today. And now it's all about time trialing his way to the finish. He has taken advantage of that crash on the run-in. And he has attacked at the perfect moment. Get ready to welcome the junior world champion from Norway. Perstrand Hagenes checks around. There is no one there. He can celebrate, he can enjoy the moment. Norway have a world champion. Gregoire looking for the second place. He takes second, and it's a sprint for the line now for the bronze, and it's going to be Estonia who take it with Madis Mikkels. We're about to get this World Championship underway. The flag is dropped and the Women's Elite Road Championship of 2021 here in Flanders is now on. Now we make our way into Leuven. This is the first of the climbs. This is at Wijnpers, 360 metres. Annemiek van Vleuten immediately at the front, 9% gradient. On her wheel goes Kasia Niewiadoma, and amazingly, the moment we reach the climb, suddenly we're mentioning all the top names. Lisa Brennauer, Anna Henderson comes forward. Van der Breggen back at the team car for one of the final effort times, getting as many bottles as possible. She'll work her way back through the peloton. On the front then, yet again, Anna van der Breggen. She is doing the teamwork today.
Yep, she certainly looks to be doing that and not protecting herself, not keeping covered in the peloton, but she'd rather just take that control position at the front.
16% at the bottom, and it's 700 metres. It really ramps up in front of you, and there will be more riders dropping out the back now on this Flandrian circuit.
For the first time in the race, we've entered the cobbled climb. 18%. Oh no, Vollering again.
Problem for Demi Vollering. She's having a nightmare with her gears today.
Oh no, this is an absolute disaster.
She's now looking for a bike change. Demi Vollering is doing a Chris Froome.
There'll be a little bit of confusion now, and also, what's the team plan? Does anyone wait for her? Is it too late in the race, 65k to go, to send somebody back and then potentially lose two teammates? I think they'll probably just wait for her to sort herself out, get a new bike, and hopefully make it back on. But yeah, sad to see that happen.
Looking down on the World Championship Women's Elite race, 51.5 kilometres to go as they ride along this Belgian road with that traditional little channel in the middle that you don't want to get caught in. The pace has been pretty fast.
As Mavi Garcia from Spain goes on the attack once again. A very dangerous rider. Look at this gap. She has just absolutely blown this race apart within a few minutes.
It's 23.5 kilometres to go, and Mavi Garcia has launched and gone clear. Look at her just flying up this climb. And that is a very dangerous move for Spain. Mavi Garcia is going clear. And here goes the counter-attack. This is Kasia Niewiadoma. Look at the gritted teeth. On her wheel is Lucinda Brand. Just behind her is Anna Henderson. And this is the launch. You have to dedicate yourself. Oh, Kasia Niewiadoma skids it into that corner. And Van Vleuten is now completely emptying the tank and using everything to try and put the Netherlands in a World Championship winning position. Mavi Garcia's caught 13 kilometres her breakaway. And here goes another attack, and it comes from Lucinda Brand, who launches.
7k to go. What a tactical battle. It's just one acceleration after the other. Gaps opening, new compositions, different compositions. Dutch rider basically in every single move.
Here goes Kasia Niewiadoma of Poland. On her wheel this time it is Elisa Longo-Borghini, but look at Marianne Vos. Marianne Vos is looking superb this afternoon. Now we get onto the climb, and here goes Kasia Niewiadoma onto the San Antoniusberg, and she puts in a furious attack now. I think they are lining up the Italian riders with Elisa Balsamo on the wheel. The Italians are getting ready to launch the youngster to go for victory. Here go the Italians leading this one out. Ellen van Dijk is there. The sprint starts. Who is going to take it? A quick shake of the head, and on the wheel it is Elisa Balsamo. Balsamo goes now. Elisa Balsamo launches for Italy. On her wheel is Marianne Vos. Elisa Balsamo, Marianne Vos on the line. Elisa Balsamo wins the world title for Italy. Perfection in the finish for Italy. Vos tried, she just didn't. Oh, she's so emotional. They tried everything. Look at the shake of the head.
Yeah.
She flicks the elbow and then she says go.
And she checks who's around. Normally you don't even have time to do that. She does, but look at the speed. And you can see Vos is pushing, she's pushing, but she's just not got it. She's not even coming close. As we can see now, the race is officially underway with that start flag dropped. Here we are at the 2021 World Championships.
Look at the reception for this breakaway in Flanders. It is the home of cycling. And we are now experiencing the most incredible atmosphere. After the silence of lockdown and pandemic, we turn to what is the most incredible atmosphere I've seen at a bike race. As we see the group now come onto the Smeysberg, and riders who've ridden well in Brabant-Chapelle will recognise it as Benoit Cosnefroy starts to up the tempo. France are really trying to disrupt.
Yeah, they really are. And again, it's Remco Evenepoel who goes straight onto the back wheel. So he's certainly doing what he's supposed to here, isn't he? And working for the team, making sure he's covering these moves. But what a huge acceleration that is.
The peloton must be worried. They don't want to let Remco Evenepoel, Benoit Cosnefroy and Magnus Cort get any sort of distance. Behind them, Belgium have blocked the road. Wow, that is the tactic then, isn't it? To have two riders that are obviously very, very happy, and we can see there, it's Van Aert actually on the front. Evenepoel is getting pretty annoyed with Nathan Haas. Evenepoel just urging Haas to do some work. Here go the counter-attacks as riders jump across to the front group of riders. The leading group of riders are about to be reeled in. This group of riders have now been caught with 131 kilometers to go. Here go France again. Another attack as France try to up the tempo yet again. Looks like Turgis is again going on the move. Inkhorn goes with them. Jasper Stuyven is there. So is Ben Swift, Jan Tratnik, all in the line.
France are doing an amazing job, aren't they? The amount of attacking they're doing.
Yves Lampaert is setting the pace. It's a furious pace. And Lampaert now using his time trialling ability to good effect to drag this race. The plan of the Belgians is playing out though, isn't it? You ride hard, you put riders on the back foot, you get rid of as many sprinters as possible, and then Wout van Aert wins the world title because he has no sprinters to beat. There's Ivan Garcia Cortina, Remco Evenepoel, also in the group Jan Tratnik, Marcus Holgaard is there again, and they've got a little bit of a split. As we see another attack from the Polish rider. Kwiatkowski's trying to get himself to this front group and then try and split the race even more. It's one long line, little gaps between all the riders. It's a fight for survival now. Listen to the reception. Remco Evenepoel still revving it on the front while the Belgian riders chase it across. Now he looks back. He freewheels, he looks around and he waits because he can see the Belgian jerseys and he knows that Wout van Aert's about to arrive. And Van Aert joins up with Remco Evenepoel. It's the two Belgian stars at the front now who are going to try and keep this breakaway going.
They've still only got those 25 seconds to play with, but there's certainly a lot of talent as Alaphilippe, the 2020 world champion, launches his attack.
This is a massive attack from Julien Alaphilippe as he launches. 49 kilometers to go, and Alaphilippe is trying to put everyone on the ropes. He wants Colbrelli to work, but I don't think Colbrelli is able to right now, and Colbrelli is gambling. They look at each other. Colbrelli is not prepared to drive through the way Alaphilippe wants him to. Look at the crowd in the fan zone, watching the screens, cheering the riders on. They can't even see the road. And it's another attack on Wipers, and that was signalled by Alaphilippe talking into the ear of Madouas a moment ago. The Frenchman now goes an explosion on this climb. Alaphilippe and Madouas are setting this one up for Alaphilippe to go solo to try and win the title. Van Aert tries to go with him. Can he respond? 21 kilometres to go, and Alaphilippe has launched himself up the climb. As Giacomo Nizzolo puts the pressure on the front with Colbrelli sitting on the wheel. The Belgians seem to have got this back together now with Van Aert and Stuyvens looking superb. Onto the San Antoniusberg, and Alaphilippe now launches his third attack. Alaphilippe goes again. Paulus tries to go with him. The defending champion has a gap, and the Frenchman Julien Alaphilippe is trying to kill the dreams of the Belgians.
With each metre that passes by, it's getting more and more likely for Alaphilippe to be able to keep this world title.
Julien Alaphilippe, what an incredible ride by France today. They set it up a long, long way out, but now he celebrates. He's going to defend his title. Julien Alaphilippe, double world champion for France. Jasper Stuyven looking to give Belgium something. Can he do it? Nielsen Paulus sprinting. Here goes Stuyven in his home city. Is he going to take a medal for Belgium? Is it going to be second to Van Baarle, third for Michael Valgren? Belgium don't get a medal.
Oh, I have so much.